Hello, my name is Katrina Russell. I have been watching YouTube videos mostly with my son for years now, and I figured I'd make one myself about what's going on in this world. I'm an extremely logical person to the point that it's pointed out that I'm annoying about it. I watch movies and my dad used to, I'd point out things that didn't make sense, and my dad would be like, "It's only a movie. Like, seriously, it's only..." I'm like, "Yeah, but like there needs to be some rhyme or reason. You can't just change something for the sake of a plot because otherwise you lose the whole essence of the movie." I started watching Jordan Peterson videos a few years ago, mostly on his free speech talks, and I got into all of his, religious, and he talks a lot about Pinocchio and Harry Potter and how they all have these moral codes and these, underlying messages, and how things need to, even if the main character's a puppet, like the story itself still needs to make some sort of sense. And I was like, "See, I'm feeling you here, Jordan, feeling you." So it's interesting when I watch real life people and how little they understand logic in real life. Like, I understand in a movie where you say, "It's only a movie, like, who cares? It's just a pot pusher on her." However you'd say that. But, like, if you're reading a news article and you're like, "What? That doesn't make any sense," then it doesn't make any sense. That's the point. Look something up. Think critically. Let me just put out, I am not a Trump supporter. I think he's an idiot. I did not vote for him. I liked him on The Apprentice because that was kind of, his thing. That was what he did. He's not. When he said he was announcing for president, I was like, "Oh my God, this is not our world." I think he says a lot of stupid things. I think someone needs to tie his hands behind his back and take his Twitter thumbs away from him. I think a lot of things. But I don't think that everything that he does is bad and everything that the Democrats do is good, because that's not how the world works. That people make mistakes. He's not good at owning up to mistakes, but people make mistakes. And you can't say that everything... I have a few people that I follow on social media. I watch their podcasts, I do whatever, and I like their opinions. I don't agree with everything that they say, but I like their opinions. And that's the point. You can't agree with everything everyone says, or you're not actually thinking. You're kind of just being programmed. I watch the news, and I'm like, okay, like, for instance, the federal government, the federal officers going into Portland to protect federal buildings that are being blown up, set on fire, knocked down. Yep, that's their job. That is literally their job, to go in and protect federal buildings and federal officers and what have you. No, Trump's sending people in unmarked cars and they're just taking people off the streets and hiding them. No. That's not... Stop. Just stop. That's not how any of this works. You can disagree with him doing it. Sure, that's fine. You can say, "I don't think the federal government should have the ability to do that, and we should probably make a law to make sure that doesn't change the law. Because right now the law says he can." So you can disagree, and that's fine. You're more than welcome to disagree. But you can't look at pictures of people blowing up buildings and setting things on fire and knocking things over and trashing things and breaking things and say, "But they're just protesting. It's all peaceful. They're just peaceful protesters that he's coming in and just, like the Gestapo, and arresting these innocent little people." They're not innocent. They're literally... Now he wants to send people in to Chicago, where shootings are up like 7 million%. Okay, yep, You know why? Because that's their job. It's their job when there's major gang activity, when there's major murders happening. It's their job to stop them. They're not even sending in police. Oh, but it's okay. They're protesting. They're very upset. They're murdering gangsters. Arrest them. It's like, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. If the person who's on your side says it, then you believe it. And if they're not on your side, then you don't believe it. And it doesn't matter if Pelosi could come out and say, I don't know what Trump did, but now the sky is red. And everyone would be like, oh my God, do you guys see the sky is red? No, it's not. She's making it up. And Trump, on the other side, Trump supporters, he said plenty of things that are just stupid, and everybody believes it. Is critical thinking just gone? Like, does nobody do this anymore? It's like this year, either, there's no middle ground. Either masks are stupid, the coronavirus is a fake, none of it's happening, there's not even a death. It's all made up. Or everybody's gonna die. And if you think it's okay to step outside, then you're trying to kill people. There's nothing that's like, okay, we're seeing how this works, and older people seem to be dying from this, so let's definitely keep those. Let's not send everybody back to their old age homes. Let's put elderly housing on lockdown. Let's tell elderly people, especially, tell them to take early Social Security if you have to. Pay them extra. Do whatever. That's fine. But young people aren't really being affected. Stats say that. Stats. See, that's the thing that I'm noticing about news. Whatever their angle is, they don't use stats. When there's a specific angle they're trying to put out there, when there's a specific narrative, everybody's dying of COVID. Well, no, the stats say, no, look at grandma right here died. And there was that guy who was 42 who died. And it's like, well, yeah, there was that guy. See, people are dying. It's like, well, no, but, scientific methods here. I know that's apparently, according to the Smithsonian, that's a white thing. But scientific methods say that things need to be repeatable. That's how it works. You need to be able to see that it's happening over and over and over again. The fact that one person or a small percentage is dying doesn't mean it's going to happen to everybody. But when, instead of using facts, they just push, oh God, I can't think of the word. I hate when I can't think of a word. But they just push our personal experiences, which you all know which word I'm trying to think of. You do. You know which word, and you're all going, oh, she's a moron. She can't think of that word. But that's the word. They all use the personal experiences. And that's when you know that whatever they're pushing is not true. When every news article that they say, look at what's happening, and here's a personal experience that shows what's happening, and not, here's what's happening, this is a list of statistics, it's this percentage, it's this, that's when you have to question. Because you don't need the anecdote. You don't need the anecdotal evidence when you have real evidence, when you have scientific evidence. So no matter what the situation is, I don't care who's saying it, I don't care which side. If you're listening to something and you go, gee, that's a sad story, or that's a this, or that makes me angry, find out the actual numbers, the actual whatever's behind it, the logical facts, and not just, that's a sad or bad story. I've had the same conversation with moms in my mom groups where they talk about how children are just being abducted off the streets. You see it all the time. And it's like, well, it's way worse than when we were kids. Well, technically the stats say, I don't care what the stats. Did you see the article about the 4-year-old? And it's like, yes, it's a horrible story about that 4-year-old. And my heart bleeds for those parents. But if you look at the stats, children abductions are down. Children kidnaps, children murders are down. All those things are down. But social media, where it used to be, you only heard about it if it happened like in your town. That's it. There was like 2 news channels and they were on it, 6 o'clock and like 11 o'clock, maybe in the morning. I don't know. And that was it. If it didn't fit in, that was it. I mean, I can remember when Jessica got stuck in the well and it was a big deal. And it was the one time it happened. Sorry, Jessica, if you're out there. I know you're fine now. But it was like national news. But now everything is national news because of social media and because of 24-hour news cycles. And it's like, it can come up 57 times that somebody's lost. Okay, but some of them are from months ago. And half the time when I look, because I'm one of those people, again, way too logical, all my friends post things about missing children. And I look and I'm like, yeah, they were found. They literally, I'm always like, found. Like, did you even read the article? They were found within like 2 hours. They were just wandering. They were at a friend's house. They were whatever. Found. But people don't look. People don't care. They want the narrative. They want the scary. They just think. People joke and laugh. Oh, common sense isn't common. But they're the same people who listen to whatever news outlet that they decide always tells the truth, and they believe everything that they say, and they just can't think. So that's all I'm asking. I'm just asking people to think. And this was my first video on this thing. I think I have other ones that were done, like, through my coaching practices, but this is like my first real, like, shut up and think video. Okay, bye. Subscribe, whatever you're supposed to say, like, I don't know. Bye.